Okay, welcome to the Race Pass update. This is our biggest ever update. It's taken months and months and months to get right. Let's get into it. So before we go on to Race Pass, let's talk about the things which are new in this version. And in this version, we have fixed weather special events, a brand new cross-tier event type, so you can go racing using karts you've got in different tiers, and you'll be able to race everybody else in the game in those specific events. And a brand new event type, the Knockout. And I'll talk about that after I discuss Race Pass. Okay, Race Pass is super cool. It's a brand new monthly subscription service which is designed to give you more fun, more racing, more races. Daily Aces race meets. You can get 2 times your winnings on a Daily Aces race meet. So if it's 22 aces that you would normally win, you will get 44 aces. Target rivals. You will get 3 times your winnings for beating target rivals. So if you would normally win 4 aces for beating a target rival, or 5 aces on average, you will get 15 aces, or 12 aces, for beating that target rival. That's 2x Daily Aces race meets, 3x on beating target rivals, so you can win more aces every single day, just doing what you would normally do. Third is a biggie, optimum weight. No longer do you have to race for X period of time to get to optimum weight. You can have it permanently because you will have your own personal trainer in the game, keeping your driver at optimum weight. Four, there will be 2 new free karts. They will be available in X30 and in PRJ, and these 2 karts will allow players that want to swap tiers, which is what you're able to do with Race Pass, to come straight up and down through the different tiers. You'll want to keep these karts, don't sell them because then you can't race, you'll have to come and buy a new one. However, there are 2 free karts available to you in X30 and PRJ. Also, there'll be no ads with the exception of rewarded videos, which you can still get your 5 aces for watching the rewarded video. Also, when you sign up for Race Pass, there will be a 300 aces bonus just for signing up. So that's the same as you would get for buying 300 aces, but you get all the other stuff I've just talked about: the special events, no ads, swapping tiers, optimum weight, 2x on the Daily Aces race meets, 3x on the target rivals. You will get all of that plus 300 aces as well to get you started. So for us, this is a big deal, and we really want you to take part in it and to join in and to support the game. Lastly, as part of Race Pass, there will be a monthly event, most months. We can set the weather for a specific event for the whole of the event, so we can make it all wet, we can make it all hot, we can make it damp. There's loads of things we can do with it, but this is to allow players that aren't able to race constantly to come back in and not have to deal with finding the optimum time to race for the optimum weather. In championships, we will not change this, although we may add a wet race event into championships that you have to enter. This will make use of the wet weather tyres and make wet weather driving something that's fun to take part in. And the idea too is to try and make championships more important. That's fixed weather. It's available in all tiers once this new update comes out. Right, let's talk about cross-tier events. So that means we could have an event where you are racing in your cadet kart, it could mean you're racing in your TKM kart, X30 kart or PRJ, but everybody involved in that single event is taking part. Now, Race Pass members will often have cross-tier events. In general, we won't use the cross-tier events for special events because we think it's important to have novices racing in TKM, intermediate players in X30 and pros in PRJ and above. However, sometimes we will. Sometimes we'll do it for fun and we'll allow you guys to use all the carts that you have at your disposal. Right. Let's talk about the Race Pass special events. So the first event will be starting very, very soon. We will announce it in the game for the start date. But essentially, you have a week to sign up for Race Pass to be able to take part in the first event. So a 1 week period to take part in the first special Race Pass event. And let me tell you what it's going to be about. It's a knockout event. It will be 4 heats, 2 pre-finals, and then a final. Now, 50% of players can make it through the heats. The heats are scored by points based on your position. And it's not with AI involved, it's literally you against other players. Can you make it through the first 50%? If you do that, you're going to do well. You'll make it into one of the 2 pre-finals, and the competitors in each pre-final are selected completely at random. What this means is that you as a player may end up against the Lawrence Beerton, or you could end up as the best player next to you as me. You don't know, and 50% of those players in the pre-final A and pre-final B will make it through to the A final. So that means you've gone from 50% down to another 50% into the final. That means the top 25 make it into the A final. The remaining players from the pre-finals make it into the B final, and that allows you to score more points. So let me explain the scoring. So each heat, you can earn points. Each pre-final earns double the points of a single heat. The A final earns 4 times the points of a single heat, and the B final earns 2 times the points of a single heat. So that means the pre-final and the B final earn the same number of points. At the end of the week, there is a scoring up of the total number of points, and that will give you a Race Pass score. And a Race Pass score means that the number 1 player gets 0 points, next one is 2 points, third is 3 points, all the way down. So essentially there is a 1 point difference for each place that you make. These are designed to be the hardest events you can take part in because you have a limited number of runs. You get X number of tyres, and it may be that we give you, say, 5 sets of soft, 5 sets of hard. You don't know what the weather is going to be like in each round or heat. So, each week you get your 5 softs, your 5 hards. For example, it might change that, it might be 10 softs, it might be 3 softs, it might be 2 mediums. You don't know. We're going to give you these tyres. You take those tyres and design a strategy based on what you think may happen. Now that means you may not use the optimum tyre in the heats or in the pre-final because you think you can make it through the top 50% without racing at your best. But overall, you still have to think about your Race Pass score. So you want the highest score possible at the end of it. So you may decide that making it through the pre-final is the critical bit. How you do in the final isn't the critical bit, and so therefore you're going to use all your best tyres in the pre-final. And this depends completely on the individual. So for me, as a reasonably good player, but not the very best player, I need to think about whether I can make it through each 50%. Can I make it through to the A final on the worst tyres? Am I going to be sitting somewhere at the bottom? But then I've got the best tyres to use in the A final to try and sit up a bit higher in my ranking. But remembering that other players who are worse than me might use the very best tyres that they have with more grip to set a faster time in the pre-final and then force me to use my softs, for example. So there's a whole load of strategic thinking, and each week or each event it will be different as to how you might need to think about it. It will depend on what karts you've got, it will depend on, and we may do kart restrictions, we may say it's only this specific kart or this specific engine, but however, for Race Pass members, this makes it much, much more interesting. It is really the most competitive event that we have. It's more competitive than the championships because you only get X number of runs. A deal on the bonus aces on the initial sign up. So instead of being 300 aces, we're not going to make it 500 aces, we're going to make it 700 aces, the same as you would spend on roughly 2 months. So in essence, we're giving you a month free of Race Pass. On top of the 700 aces, we are also going to offer a discount on the tyres to sign up for the very first round of the Race Pass special event. It will be called the Altitude Series. The event will be raced in TKM karts, which means everybody will have a kart to take part in. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to say thanks to everybody for all their help in making this update possible. It's been huge. We started it at the beginning of the year. It's taken till now to be ready. It's been months and months of testing. I'd especially like to thank Pete Williams and Brendan Badley, who have been unbelievable at helping us with this. But there's been a huge test group behind it as well, swapping from staging service to the production service. So I'll list all their names below, somewhere down here. But guys, thanks so much for all your help to make this happen. And I apologise to you for the lack of video updates recently. We've been working on this and it's just taken forever.